See, I'm going to start it. So, Christine, lovely to see you.
Good to see you, Mukara.
And we're here to talk about our connection, but also to reference this class that's going to happen in Crestone in August. This class that is offering a direct experience for people around the theme of chaos. And the title of the class is The Outer, Inner, and Secret Levels of Chaos. So, I believe you're coming to this class, right?
Yes, I'm very excited to join you for this class. It's a lot of your themes resonate with me deeply, so I'm very excited.
And you are a teacher and a leader in your community, and Calgary is your home,
Yeah,
right? And
Okotoks, but yeah, basically, yes.
yeah, and I know that you lead groups in meditation, but also in a lot of ways you're a leader in this kind of new science of the body, and you teach myofascial yoga trainings. I've attended some of that, but
Yeah.
say just a little bit about your relationship to this new science of the body, and also how you feel like that taking part in this class in chaos is going to serve you and serve your community.
Oh, it's so great. Well, there's a lot there. I could talk about that all day. So
Hours and hours.
I'll try to. What I really love about yoga is its ancient wisdom. Like, so all the sort of deeper wisdom teachings and how long it's been around for. And I have a very deep respect for the tradition of yoga. And I know a lot of people also will come across it and feel that deep resonance of like, oh, it hits a knowing. And what I get so jazzed up about this new science is that it connects us to that knowing we've always known, and then gives us a scientific explanation and framework and rationale for those deeper, like our intuitive knowings of wholeness in the body and how everything is connected to everything. And where I think it connects to your teachings, Mukara, is in particular the 10 Segrity teachings of how you teach of polarity, and you teach of being able to balance and hold polarity in ways that serve us and in ways that are useful, and even using chaos in ways that serve us and are useful. So I feel like it's sort of like the 10 Segrity on my side is the polarity on your side. And but
maybe define tensegrity for people who don't know it, if you would.
Oh, okay, yeah. So tensegrity is actually an architectural concept, but it's by Buckminster Fuller, and it's this idea of using opposing forces. Instead of trying to separate them more and utilize the stronger one, it's more taking opposing forces and having them work together for the benefit of the whole system. And the whole system is actually stronger because of those opposing forces. So that's a general, yeah.
That's so great. And what it makes me calls to my mind about you and about your work, and I think about what's really useful in these times, is the integration of science with spirituality.
Yeah.
We are beings that we love, we care, there's an essence, a spirit to us. And you know I've studied a little bit with Joe Dispenza, and he says that science is the language of spirituality in the 21st century. So it feels like that what you're saying really is aligned with that deeper understanding of what we can do in our groups and in our belonging together to be able to deal with the level of chaos that we have in the outer world and in the inner world.
Yeah. It's just so relevant to our times and really needed, I think. And I love what you said about science as I almost think of it as a universal language where even if we're from all different traditions, there's a way that it can unify us and put us all on the same page of understanding.
Yeah. And one of the highlights, I think, or one of the benefits that I want for you and for other teachers is to understand a new framework for working with chaos and with conflict in groups, because
Yeah.
I think the fear of that, it just it closes the door to understanding how the group, especially working with chaos, can be truly the doorway to deeper connection and greater creativity, because it makes us more able to access collective intelligence. And I mean, it's just so true for me, and I know for you, that the times are too, just things are too complex for any one person, any one leader. And
Mm,
somehow, if
mm,
we get connected in a group and we go through chaos to get more connected, then there's this ability to access an emergent collective intelligence that has more capacity for the complexity.
yeah.
So it just seems like the time is now to overcome our trauma, really, around
Yeah.
chaos and conflict, and to really uncouple that trauma from chaos, so that we can see it as a potential to
Mm.
unleash hidden human potential. What do you think about that?
Oh gosh. You're singing my song, Mukara. I don't know if we've touched on this, but when we first met, how
Yeah.
your comment was that what I do with the body is what you do with groups.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and how I often talk about working with tension in a different way, or working with pain in a different way, and how it can really help us tap into our resiliency and our potential. And I talk about it on the level of the body as a whole system, and the body as working together as a whole system, and
Yeah.
balancing these opposing forces in the body for the benefit. And what I see in your work, and in working with you for the years that I have, is that when we take that to a group,
Yeah.
it's like the whole group is a body. And
Right. Right.
and chaos would be, something in this framework. Chaos is something that just like if I go to the gym and apply some resistance, it's good for my body. It's the
Right.
way that you frame chaos is this way that it's good for the group. And
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, and then I expect the people who come to the class are involved in either working with groups or members of groups, and everything that we'll be going through will be applicable to leadership, whether you're a member of the group or you have a role as a leader.
Yeah.
And that exposure and experience of a good outcome from working with chaos, it really changes the game and empowers members and leaders to be able to uh, kind of not freak out, stay in the moment, and then have the direct experience of something new emerging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that presence that is now available, that we can bring to the group and hold.
Right.
Would you say
So,
an evolutionary force, or how
yeah,
would you
it is a
describe
kind of
that?
evolutionary force. And that reminds me to, I'm sorry, I can't talk, Daniel. Somebody's working in my yard, a little
Oh,
chaos
okay.
here. Um,
So bit of chaos.
yeah. Um, but we'll begin by creating some structures in the group, and you will have an evolutionary partner. And that's a key part of what we know about the polyvagal theory and about the role of co-regulation in order to stay self-regulated. So we set up these structures and divide the whole group into two groups, and then work with the whole group and with the the partners and the subgroups in a way that is increasing the exchange of energy and information into all parts of the system. But
Mm.
there's an attention to safety. People feel safe if they have an evolutionary partner. And this evolutionary partner can support, can challenge, can be a best friend, can be someone who drives you a little crazy, but you stay with it and you find the beauty of it. But everything is done to set up the conditions of safety so that there's a ground from which we can enter chaos in a way that is fruitful. What would you say about that?
Oh gosh. Well, I guess what it brings me to is the experiences I've had in taking your trainings, Mukara, and I'm reflecting back on my evolutionary partners
Right.
and what I would say is that it's an anchor, and it allows for an anchor to connection that is able to be stitched into maybe challenging moments or maybe exhilarating moments. But that it deepens connection. Like it deepens the sense of bonding with the whole group. Just
Yes.
sort of knowing that that little anchor is there. There's going to be another check-in.
Yeah, and I think, having an evolutionary partner for me, it's like, I can say I have this impulse to, do something wild, and the partner can say, well, maybe let's work with that design a little bit. So you'll have more success. Or I
Yeah.
can say, I'm a quieter person and I don't know how to get my voice in, and so I don't feel so seen in this group. And my partner can say,
Mhm.
let me help you get your voice in.
Yeah, then you have that support sort of through. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Christine, I know we're almost at time. We don't want to overwhelm people, but I want
Okay.
people to know how they could get in touch with you if they wanted to follow up around more knowledge and experience of tensegrity and, all of the jazzy, cool things about fashion. So what, what would be great to
Probably the
contact you?
best is just follow me on social media, and usually or find my link tree on social media, because there's writings that I've done and events that are being offered, and they're pretty continually coming up. So there is one in at the very end of August. There's a workshop on human potential and applying tensegrity principles for performance and fitness and those
Oh,
kinds.
that's wonderful. Great. And we'll probably include this in a newsletter that goes out, and I can get your exact contact and put it in the
Sure.
newsletter. Um, the other thing I want to just complete this video with is to say that the actual chaos class is residential, and it's from the 18th of August to the 25th. So it's a long class. And if you're interested, please contact me at either matrixworkslivingsystems.com or just Mukara at mukarameredith at gmail, and we'll send you the information you need. We'll have catered lunches, and the class starts on the 18th in the late afternoon. So we have a late afternoon beginning, and I like to have a sunrise completion on the 25th, but I can never get people to wake up that early. So, but it's in the morning, so you could travel on the first day and the last day, and
Oh, perfect.
that's useful for you. So I think with that information, we'll stop. And Christine, it's just wonderful to be with you and
Likewise.
to know that you're going to have more of this information to bring to your community and your groups, and to keep being an anchor and an ally for so many people as we go through really challenging times.
Yeah, it's just so needed in our world right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that the body is at the core of the work that we both do.
Yes.
At all levels of scale.
Absolutely. Yay,
So,
embodiment.
right. And yay, science and spirituality.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
stay on, but I'm going to stop the recording.